O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahur quit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
So welcome to today's deep dive. Imagine you've got this leaky pipe down in your basement and you just think it's a mechanical failure, right? Like a plumbing glitch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you patch it up, you throw a bucket under it, and you just try to move on.
Right. But what if, you go down there with a flashlight and you realize the leak isn't a glitch at all? What if you realize you actually built a creature down there and the leak is just, you feeding it? That is basically what our sources today are claiming about your bad habits.
Right. It's a totally radical framework. Today we are unpacking this wild intersection of ancient Gnostic anthropology, esoteric physics, and modern clinical psychology to just completely reframe addiction. The basic premise we're looking at is that these compulsions are literally demons that you built yourself.
Okay, wait, pause right there. When you say living entities and demons, are we speaking metaphorically here? Because claiming my midnight doom scrolling or my sugar craving is an actual demon is a pretty massive leap.
I mean, it does sound totally wild, yeah. But the sources actually take it literally. They operate on this esoteric principle that emotion is energy in motion. So you have to think of a thought not as a fleeting spark, but as a physical substance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when you repeatedly engage in low-frequency thoughts like intense anger or craving, that energy has to go somewhere.
So it doesn't just disappear. It coagulates, like blood clotting.
Exactly. It coagulates. The energy clumps together in the astral plane, which the sources describe as the fourth dimension where emotions take form, and it builds up until it creates this parasitic entity known as a larva.
Wait, so my bad moods are forming little astral bugs. Where do these bugs even live?
Well, right in your own personal space. The esoteric teacher, Samael Onware, calls it your atomic atmosphere. It's like this ultra-sensitive, energetic aura that surrounds your physical body.
Okay, I think I followed.
So when you habitually indulge a vice, those larvae just set up camp right there in your atmosphere. And he uses severe alcoholism to explain how this works.
Right, like delirium tremens, the intense hallucinations people get during severe withdrawal.
Yeah.
But wait, medical science says that's just a chemical misfire in the brain from a withdrawal process, doesn't it?
Sure, medical science does say that. But Weir argues that the chemical toxicity has actually eroded the body's etheric web.
Let me guess, an etheric web is sort of like a spiritual immune system.
Spot on. It is a protective energy shield. When that shield collapses from alcohol abuse, those terrifying bugs and monsters the person sees, they aren't hallucinations at all.
Wait. Really?
Yeah. The claim is that the person is getting a clairvoyant glimpse into the lower astral plane. They are seeing the actual larvae that have been feeding on them for years.
That is genuinely terrifying. But I mean, it makes a twisted kind of sense. It is like you have this dark internal Tamagotchi, those little digital pets from the 90s.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Except this psychic pet forces cravings on you because it literally needs to be fed your exact negative emotions to survive.
That is such a great way to picture it. They are made of that specific frequency, so they have to impulse you to repeat the vice to generate more food. And this isn't just some New Age theory either. Even the ancient Greeks understood this mechanism. It is baked right into the word demon itself.
Right, because a daimon was originally just a neutral spirit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and linguists point out that the syllable mon links to the moon, which is a universal symbol for the mind. So these aren't mythological monsters with pitchforks waiting in the dark. They are entirely self-generated mental constructs.
Which becomes incredibly relevant when you look at modern technology, because when we're warned about mental epidemics caused by violent media. But today, we have algorithms explicitly designed to hijack our dopamine pathways with outrage or lust.
Exactly. So when you apply this model to the internet, it gets really intense. Every time you compulsively consume that low-frequency content, you are adding structural integrity to an entity that feeds on your distress.
Hold on. So, doom scrolling isn't just a waste of time. If you buy into this model, it is an active, high-voltage feeding trough for these astral parasites. Our digital ecosystem is just a global factory for mass producing them.
100%. And that is why we need to talk about how to eradicate them. The sources mention mental hygiene and this intense practice called osmotherapy. It involves burning toxic sulfur smoke or sage in your room to disintegrate these parasites.
Wait, how does physical smoke hurt a fourth-dimensional ghost bug?
Well, because these larvae are energetic structures. The heavy, pungent vibration of sulfur smoke essentially breaks apart their structural integrity. It is sort of like how the right frequency of sound waves can shatter a wine glass.
Okay, but burning toxic sulfur in my bedroom sounds a little extreme. For the listener who is maybe a bit skeptical of astral dimensions and wants a more grounded approach, how does this actually translate to modern psychology?
This is the really fascinating part. The esoteric model aligns perfectly with internal family systems, or IFS therapy. IFS views the human psyche as a system of autonomous parts, and it doesn't view the addict part as a disease.
Right, it views it as a misguided protector, I think, meaning it's an entity trying to numb intolerable internal pain.
Precisely. The addictive part isn't trying to destroy you. It is actually trying to save you from a trauma it thinks will kill you.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So in Gnostic terms, it is a defect that needs to be comprehended. But in secular IFS therapy, it is a part that needs to be understood with compassion.
So the profound takeaway here is that whether you are using Gnostic alchemy or going to a therapist, you do not heal by violently attacking the addiction. You access your core self to bring compassion to the root wound.
Exactly. It is a journey from control to freedom. True liberation means you stop unconsciously feeding the entity while consciously dismantling the structures that keep you bound to it.
Which brings us right back to that creature in the basement. So the next time you feel a sudden, unexplainable urge to indulge a destructive habit, just pause and ask yourself, who is actually hungry right now? You or the thing you built?